Hello everybody, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. As I'm waiting to get my car out of this parking space and they are literally putting something in the back of the truck, I thought why not make you guys a really cool quant video. This is going to be a quick 3-minute video explaining quant and the most basic direct explanation of how quant works and what it exactly does. And I actually drew you some pictures. So quant has 4 different layers. Quant has a transaction layer, Quant has a messaging layer, Quant has a filter and ordering layer, and Quant has an application layer. Before I go any further, I want you guys to smile because a smile is going to make your entire week go good and my entire week go good. Thank you very much. And it makes sense. Transaction is the layer that there are transactions. Messaging is the layer that there's messaging. Filtering and ordering is putting it all together. And then the application layer is all the really cool things that allows you to do what Quant does. And then Quant is broken down into something called Overledger. And Overledger is their answer for their operating system. Quant is an operating system. They are not a blockchain. And Quant basically wants to be a Microsoft, essentially, or an Adobe of blockchains to allow for interoperability. And Overledger is broken down into these levels. You have Overledger, which connects into different DLTs, right? Both private, public, and government. Then you have the core API, which is the basics of Overledger. This is what it comes with. And then you have the customizable premium API. And the premium API is built to suite for you. When you have the premium API, you then have third-party developers. You also have Quant developers that can develop on Quant and build you what you want. But before I do, please hit like, destroy, discombobulate, put in a chokehold and obliterate that like button for me, please. Thank you so much. What are some things they can build you? For example, a token play. They could digitize assets for you, tokenize assets for you, or they could give you a template for a smart contract so that your specific business can do a smart contract specifically for your use case. Really cool. How does Quant actually give utility for the Quant token, the QNT token, which happens to be an ERC20 token? Stick with me. I'm going to make a connection between Quant and Hedera in just a moment. Everything that you do on Quant needs the QNT. When you are using Overledger, you are buying a license for 1 year. When you buy a license for 1 year, the license payment is going to be in fiat. Let's say $1,000, whatever, arbitrary number. Let's say Quant is $100 a Quant, just arbitrary number. That means that the price at that time would be 10 Quant. Let's say Quant goes to $50, the price would be 20 Quant. Let's say the price goes to $200, the price would be 5 Quant. But it's always the price in fiat. So for big corporations, the fluctuation in price of Quant token doesn't mean anything whatsoever. It means a little bit more for retail. So if you want a license to use Overledger, you pay in fiat. They convert the fiat into Quant. They take the Quant from the open market. They lock that up. They lock it up for 1 year. That's why the circulating supply and the maximum supply is not the same. Current circulating supply is like 12 million. Maximum supply is 14.6 million. So they lock it up for a year. When they lock it up for a year, this is like staking your Quant. Also, gateway providers are allowed to stake their Quant. You can also stake your Quant on third-party providers and central exchanges, but I won't go into that in this video. And really quick, Quant was founded by 2 main people. Gilbert Verdian, who's the CEO, he's the businessman, and let's say the money guy. Not to say he's not smart, but you guys will understand what I mean. He has all the connections, he has all the decades of business, specifically in healthcare. Not just healthcare, but specifically in healthcare, specifically in European Union. And then you have a guy called Paulo Tasca. Paulo Tasca is a co-founder of Quant Network, doesn't really get a lot of shine, doesn't get a lot of light, and he's the chief strategist at Quant Network, and he's the brainiac, he's the brains behind it. He's actually the executive director at the UCL, which is the University of London, and he's the director of the Center of Blockchain. So this guy is the person that actually figures out how to make Overledger work. He's the one that figures out the entire system, while Gilbert Verdian figures out how to sell the actual product and scale, mass production. And together, they're a beautiful team. Now, a lot of people said, hey, Adam, you're full of shit. Quant Network is never going to go to Hedera. And there is a rumor and there is a connection. I'll make the connection for you really fast. Since Paulo Tasca is the chief strategist for Quant, he's the one that puts the strategy into play, while Gilbert sells that strategy. So what ends up happening is He sits at the co-chair of the UCL governing member of the Hedera Governing Council. So there is a very big connection between Paulo Tasca, who's the person that figures out what direction Quant is going to go, and Hedera. The reason why they use Ethereum and they're an ERC20 token, at the time, there was no other game in play. There was no Hedera, there was no Algorand, there was no options, and there's no connection to Algorand. I'm just throwing it in that there are other chains and DLTs that are amazing. So this is the connection. The Quant token doesn't mean anything. You can be on any chain. It's very easy. The only value of Quant token is the value that the Quant network actually gives to the Quant token, because everything you need to do on the Quant network needs you to use Quant token. Whether you're using fiat or a different cryptocurrency, is always converted to the Quant token. In the future, if they want to expand their capabilities, not that they need to, but if they want to expand into some other markets, they can tap into the Hedera ecosystem. And that's the connection between Hedera and Quant Network. Also, they were stress testing the shit out of Hedera at one point, like a month ago. A lot of people believe that this was stress tested by Quant Network. I can't prove if it was or not. I'm just giving you guys the 411. I hope this clarifies in a really quick video what Quant Network does, how Quant Network works, how they make use of the Quant token, and the connection between Quant Network and Hedera. I will be happy to expand on this in the future if you guys like me to. I just made a quick video. This guy's about to move. I'm going to get the heck out of here.